Anyway, how do you value Deebo Samuel? Deebo Samuel reporting to mandatory 49ers minicamp. That's a contract story we've been following ever since it first became known that he wanted a trade. That's not going to happen, nor should it happen from the team perspective. I do like how Deebo's playing this, though, because, A, you can get fined for missing mandatory minicamp, so you want more money. Not a whole lot of logic of giving away the money that you have, even if it is to prove a point, and even if your only leverage is withholding your services. But I think there is something to be said about negotiating in good faith, and part of that good faith is showing up and being a good employee with the understanding, Michael, that y'all are going to play ball, management, and if you don't, training camp may be a different story if it becomes necessary. That make sense?
It does make sense. And I think, this is almost, this is sending the right message overall. What we just talked about with the Rams. The Rams did right by Aaron Donald. The Niners are attempting, we think, to do right by Deebo Samuel. But this ain't normal. Okay, I think it's going to happen. But this generally doesn't happen. Yeah, most of the time,
the players showing up,
coming in, players showing up and still getting a deal. Usually, most teams operate this way. All right, you show up and play, and we'll see what happens. There are no guarantees. If you don't show up, well, there's a price. There are going to be consequences for you for your not showing up, and we're going to take some money from you. And the 49ers could fine them almost $100,000 for not showing up mandatory. So I don't know. I do trust that this is a good faith negotiation, and I hope it happens, but it's just so rare. I wish it would happen. In other words, I wish it would happen with the 27th guy on the roster, not just the top 5 guys on the roster.
I think I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen where guys hold out and eventually they end up reporting without a deal. So the holdout didn't move the needle at all, and they end up having to show up because it's time to get those real checks. And we figure out the fines later on. I've seen that happen. I've seen guys, to your point, exert the one leverage that they have, which is their services, and end up getting a deal. I've also seen people show up and get a deal. I think every circumstance and every dynamic between player and team is different. You're right. Like, if you show up, now maybe the team may be less inclined to move quicker because you're there. So it's like, okay, well, we got to worry about it. He's here. He's playing a good soldier.
There's no urgency.
Maybe. But sometimes teams will say, well, if you ain't here, we're not going to negotiate until you come in. And when you come in, we'll talk. So neither of us, unless you know something I don't, neither of us is necessarily privy to the pace of these conversations behind closed doors. I know I'm not. Maybe you are, but I'm not. I'm saying, like, I've seen it work and not work every which way, depending on however the player wants to play it. You show up, they may say, hey, we're not doing your deal because you're here, and even if you weren't going to redo your deal because we just can't come to an agreement. You don't show up. Sometimes it moves them. Sometimes it emboldens the team to not do the deal. I believe that the Niners understand that they have a special player here, and this is not just your garden variety wide receiver who you can afford to, ignore. I think they got to feed this man.
Okay, feed him, yes. There's this little issue. That we're not talking about anymore.
What's that?
So, we're good
trade?
now? He's good?
Yeah,
He's
pretty
good?
much.
We good?
Yeah.
Oh, we good?
More or less.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so really, most of the time, when people, it's lifestyle, it's this, not about the money.
We know what it is.
Okay, this is what we should do. Okay, let me offer you a lot of money, and then I want you to tell me it's not about the money. So you turn that down, then I'll know. Let me just offer you a bunch of money.
Let's be fair. Remember, correct me if I'm wrong on this. I think because it all kind of runs together. Wasn't the reporting that he did not want to engage the Niners on a deal? Wasn't that the reporting about the Deebo Samuel situation?
I don't remember that. You might be right. I thought
because it was him and Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, we know he was in there with Baltimore, but Deebo just wanted to be traded and did not want to talk deal. They wanted to sign him. Now they wanted to sign him on their terms, of course. Okay, which probably has something to do with it. But I'm pretty sure that was a detail in the Deebo reporting that he didn't necessarily want to engage. And he still never really explained himself, to my knowledge. There was a lot of cryptic tweets. So again, you're right. You know, the old adage in sports journalism is whenever somebody says it ain't about the money, it's about the money.
I'll just say on this top 10 list, keep this up here for a little bit from overthecap.com. This is where you would kind of, as an executive, you'd say, all right, is this the best way to spend our money? If you look at the top 10 paid wide receivers, there's some guys on there. It's a mixed bag. It really is. You know, Christian Kirk at 18. So, all right, you don't know what's there.
Tyreek Hill's with the Dolphins, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, Tyreek.
Disregard that Chiefs logo next to him.
Yeah.
Well,
Tyreek Hill.
Well, but I think, but here's the common denominator.
Cooper got traded.
But see, that's like, nah. We gotta keep this. That's misleading. DeAndre Hopkins is on a team. Well, put the list back. Put the list back, even with the mistake. Put the list back.
Bring that back. Bring that back.
Because now I gotta. Because there's a common theme here. There's a common theme here. DeAndre Hopkins is on a team with a quarterback on a rookie contract who's looking for a new deal. So they could afford to pay DeAndre Hopkins at the time that they did. Julio Jones is no longer with Tennessee. I believe that was the holdover contract from Atlanta.
That's
that he had. Okay. Yeah. Devontae Adams, he's not with Green Bay anymore. I don't even know if this is average salary. I don't know if this is from last year or a new contract. I can't tell because it doesn't say. Is this 2021? Okay. Is this the new contract? He just got paid in Oakland, so can't really, I don't know what to make of that. It's got Green Bay next to him. Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, both on a team with a quarterback, again, on a rookie contract.
On a rookie deal.
The Browns never paid Baker Mayfield and did some, interesting math when it came to Deshaun Watson's contract. The Saints ain't paying a quarterback anymore, even though they had already paid Michael Thomas. And they were in cap hell for it. Tyreek Hill's in Miami.
But the Bucks
are, and we know they're effed that cap team. Tyreek Hill again, not in Kansas City, he's in Miami, rookie contract for Tua Tagovailoa. Same with Christian Kirk in Jacksonville,
rookie quarterback
with Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. So we talked about paying wide receivers. Do you pay them? Do you trade them? Different teams have approached it differently.
All right,
we're gonna go ahead and take
San Francisco.
Yeah,
San Francisco's got a quarterback on a rookie deal.
On a rookie deal. There you go.
So Trey Lance.
As soon as they dump the guy making $25 million, who's not at mandatory camp. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take this break now. But we come back though. I sounded real TV like. When we come back, we're gonna talk about Michael. I was gonna sneak it in just now, but we ran out of time. We're gonna talk about something that somebody presumably got paid to do. That's got the internet going nuts, and that'll probably make your head explode. I don't know if you've seen it already. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about, but I just want to see your head explode.
Okay. Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.